Here we are back on the Big Country YouTube channel. As you can tell, today I got a little pep in my step, a little excitement, because our ZX10 that we thought, well, we did get screwed on it. Yeah, we did. Screwed up big time on that one. But Big Country's always heard some kind of saying about lemons and lemonade and stuff like that. Big Country has come up with a solution. So I'm no longer sad. I'm no longer down in the dumps, because I figured out a way to make our ZX10 not only better, but it's going to look cooler. And we're going to keep on moving on with this giveaway ZX10. This Big Country finally got him a cow. And now it's time to show y'all what happens when you turn a cow into a bull. Alright guys, so a little recap of what we got going on here. I, Big Country, went and got us, the YouTube channel, a new project bike for our channel. Turns out we got our engine running. Everything was looking good, looking great, until Big Country took a closer look and found, yeah guys, that is a crack in our frame. Our frame is broke. Our frame is no good. Extremely sad about this whole thing, because at the time, I mean, you can only imagine what it feels like to go out a 1000 in this condition. Still a very expensive motorcycle. So I spent a bunch of money to get this motorcycle in hopes for sure that it had a good engine and a good frame, okay? Because when we're building these bikes, that's really the only two parts that I need, because we're going to be putting aftermarket wheels. We're going to be doing I can't tell you everything, but we're going to put a lot of aftermarket parts on this bike. So the two key ingredients are the engine, which we got lucky. I kind of projected that it would run, but we were not so lucky when it comes to the frame. And then after doing a lot of research, I found out this is actually a common problem with wrecked ZX10s. So of course you see this is real thin right here, because this is your air duct for your basic airflow into your airbox and engine. Well, Kawasaki's brainiac engineers put your, see if I can get focused on it. See that right there beside that silver thing? That's your steering stop. So whenever you turn your wheels all the way one way, it hits that piece on the frame and stops your triple tree from turning anymore. Well, that's real cool if you didn't put it in the thinnest part of the frame. So therefore, whenever these bikes get in any kind of front end collision, the forks or your handlebars get turned one way really hard, boom, knocks the bottom of the frame out. So this right here, your steering stop, it's right below that. So this bike evidently got hit, handlebars turned all the way this way, knocked a hole in it. So basically the frame's destroyed, it's junk, it's trash. We got to change frames, okay? So that obviously puts a huge dent in our projected budget of this bike. But like I said, I took lemons and I'm making lemonade, guys. This frame, salvage title frame. All right, so that obviously decreased the value of our bike a good bit. But Big Country went out, Big Country found us another frame, okay? Another frame with a clean title, and I had it stripped and powder coated to match a 40th anniversary bike. So another surprise, Big Kountry has a DME extended swing arm for our ZX10. This is gonna make it 4 to 6 inches over stock, or 2 to 6, I think it is, over stock. But check out our finish on this frame. All brushed aluminum. This was a black frame. Like I said, clean title. So now we have us a clean title bike. Swing arm matches. Big Kountry figured out a good idea, guys. So now, unfortunately, we just have a buttload of work to get done because, well, this is basically our new giveaway bike. It's nothing but a frame, and we gotta take all of that stuff and get it over to here. So luckily, I was able to put this, I was lucky to find this quickly and be able to get this project put together very quick, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of my content for the next month was gonna be circling around this bike. So I already have most of the parts here for this bike, other than the unexpected frame issue. So I think we're really gonna be able to roll this thing together pretty quick and have a pretty freaking badass bike on our hands. I'm really excited. This is gonna look sick. I always loved that 40th anniversary look. The silver frame gives it that retro look. And I already got the bodywork for this thing. I already got wheels for this thing. We're moving along quick on this one because mainly I've had a lot of time to plan it. Now, like I said, I've had this bike for quite some time to be able to get some parts together for it, but wasn't expecting to have to change the frame on it. So anyways, we got a long ways to go on the teardown process. Making a lot of progress. Ain't gonna lie, I always heard Kawasaki's pretty aggravating to work on. Can't lie, I agree. Got a couple little cuts and scrapes already, and that's always, I don't know if you say fun part of this, but I never took apart a ZX10 like this, nor had I ever took apart a Honda like that. So it's cool to go in and learn how these things are put together, the different engineering and everything used that Kawasaki does different than someone like Suzuki. I have to say, Suzuki stuff is definitely engineered to be easy to take apart, whereas Kawasaki's got a lot of real neat stuff, but it's almost like they put some bolts in and then built stuff around the stuff as if those bolts were never, ever, ever gonna have to come back out of this thing. So anyways, I think what my plan is, I'm trying to get the wiring harness moved back to the tail section to where I can undo the 4 bolts on the tail section and remove the whole tail section and leave the whole wiring harness, ECU, all of that attached. And then tackle that as a whole nother project, switching the subframes, because I don't know. We gotta check, we gotta see if this subframe is straight. We might end up having to get a new subframe. Either way, we gotta do something because that subframe is black and our new frame is silver, and we did not get a subframe with that. So we might have to get new pieces, get them powder coated silver to match. The exhaust off. Anybody looking for an M4 slip-on, I'll sell her cheap. She got a little dent and some scratches on the bottom. 50 bucks. Hit me up plus shipping. I'll ship it to you. That's just a factory header. I think that's pretty much junk. Other stuff, I was gonna sell off the bike. Probably gonna have swing arm, I think. I think the swing arm's in good condition if somebody wanted that. Carbon fiber chain guard, carbon fiber hugger. Not gonna be able to use that stuff with our DME swing arm, so I'd let that stuff go. Gotta get the chain off, get this other rear set off. Man, removing the ABS pump, what a job on this thing. We're not gonna be using that, just cut it, but still, just to get to the bolts, even after cutting all the lines, I still got to go back in, cut these lines here. But other than that, the engine is completely not tied to anything electrically anymore. So I want to get this subframe off. We'll get the chain off. We'll probably put it back on the lift then to drop the engine. And I don't know, I'll check back in when we get to that point. Just like that, I told you it would work, guys. Look, now that's my whole subframe, wiring harness, everything back there. It saves me from having to take all that apart, except when I get it off, this thing definitely looks like it's bent, which sucks because that means all that stuff's got to come off there. I really don't know where it's bent because a ZX10 has a 3-piece subframe. You got one piece here, one piece there, and then this loop in the back. We don't really know which piece is bent. I guess once I start taking it apart, you should be able to see some kind of stress in somewhere. And because aluminum, if it bends, it's gonna crack powder coat and stuff. I don't know. I gotta dive into that a little bit more, but the thing definitely don't look straight, which is really sucks. I mean, wouldn't be that big a deal if we didn't already have to replace the whole freaking frame, but anyways, we gotta keep moving. I can't let myself get down on this. I'm excited, guys. Remember, we got a frame. We're excited. start putting this thing back together. Here's where we're gonna start. One front wheel, and we're just gonna add pieces until we run into a snag. I'm sure there's gonna be something that we don't have yet or whatnot. I already got our bearings, brand new bearings in the neck, swapping over our pivot, I don't know what you call it, pivot nut. I do already have brand new forks for it. These are brand new forks off of a 23ZX10. Very nice gas forks. And I don't know, guys, let's just start putting it together. We got the engine bolted back in there. Really easy doing it like this. I mean, probably not the ideal way to swap your engine by doing the whole frame, but whenever you do have it off like this, it is easy. You can just have one person hold the frame up, set the engine up in there, lower the frame back down on. You got 4 bolts and frame is back, engine is back in the frame. Now we got to clean all this junk up. Probably should have done that when the motor was out. Probably would have been a little easier, but just some chain debris and stuff in there. Get that looking spotless. And I think next step is the swing arm, and just keep moving along.
Country, what are you doing, dude?
Dude, putting my Kawasaki back together.
What? I had to dim my sunglasses down a little bit, but
There were some wild glasses.
wait a minute. Why? Yeah, looks the same. Why is your frame not black?
Well, brother, so you ain't been over here in a while. We had some devastating news come down on the Kawasaki team since it switched over. Come to find out, Kawasaki's frames are made from the same thing as a Lay's potato chip.
In China?
Probably. Look, dude, here's my black frame over here, the one that you remember. Look, see this? That ain't supposed to be like that,
I
brother.
thought you bought this thing mint condition off the showroom floor, and you dropped it.
Well, not quite, brother. The guy did say that the frame was good when I got it, but I don't think he knew about this. I don't want...
What, dude? It's broke twice.
Yeah, bad. Bad. So come to find out after doing research, this is a common problem with Kawasaki's. Because this is your basic steering style. And guess what? This is the lightest part of your frame. Look, you ever ate a potato chip? Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty
Yours looks like a Ruffles.
Yeah. Yeah, one that got stomped on. But anyways, dude, I got brand new 2023 clean title frame, dude. Look
This
at this thing.
frame does look sweet, dude. How did you get it all silver
Had
and
it
shiny
all-
like that?
My man over at Tinsley Coatings hooked me up.
It looks way better, dude.
It's slick. And I got DME swing arm. I got all kind of stuff. This thing's gonna be badass, dude.
I like how shiny it is.
It's gonna be sick, brother.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to buy a new frame just to make it silver, but
Well, I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't my intentions. I was really happy with the black frame when I got it, but you know, they say, you know, whenever you get lemons, you make lemonade, brother. So,
all right.
this is some really sour lemonade.
Since it's Kawasaki, you should call it limeade.
Green will get it. Yeah, so we got our rear wheel on. We got our engine all cleaned up. And man, is this thing looking good or what? Of course, our Brock's Performance lowering link. Whew. We got more parts coming in. That is gonna do it for today's video. I'm out of stuff to put on and I am exhausted, guys. So we're waiting on more stuff to come in. You can see I already got our DID chain sitting out there with our sprockets, our whole 520 conversion. We're gonna get that put on. I got parts coming in from Brock's Performance to really finish hooking this thing up. But until next time, guys, y'all be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. You're gonna wanna keep up with this build because, you know, Big Kountry has come to the cow pasture. And like I said in the beginning, we're gonna turn a cow into a bull right here on the Big Kountry channel. So until next time, guys, all you gotta do is be sure to keep it country.